Welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use a promo code JUICE. $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets. Either team scores a touchdown. Restrictions apply. Hey, toss me a follow over on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Hopefully everyone had a good voting night. Unfortunately for the state of California, online sports gambling, no dice. What are we doing? Who's voting against? I'm assuming I'm preaching to the choir. If you're living in California and you voted no on sports gambling and you're listening to the show, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Who's voting against this? It's madness. I mean, maybe if you have a very successful local bookmaking operation, okay, maybe I see that, but very annoying. All right. Obviously, this isn't a political show, but man, what are we doing, state of California? Let's get it together. Very annoying. Very annoying night as far as the sports gambling, and unfortunately, a little annoying night with the picks, but we got to sweat. That's all. I want to win, obviously, but close second is getting a sweet sweat, and we had one there on the plus 340 money line. Ultimately went 1 and 2. Let's get to it. And the losses. All right. Eastern Michigan won 34-28. Didn't cover the spread. It was -7. Oh, man, they were up 17. Kind of just let Akron hang around. And, that's what you get when you're taking a 7-point road favorite. And Akron, was it their best effort? Maybe. They're not that good. I thought they would go away. They didn't. They hung around, and they got those 2 late touchdowns to cut it. And then Eastern Michigan with the real T's kicking that field goal. Come on, Eastern Michigan. What are you doing? Get that cover. Ball State lost. Again, they were the plus 340 money line. They lost 28-21. And they were in that game the entire game. They lost, go-ahead touchdown with like 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Our boy, Carson Steele. I mean, this guy looks like if Fabio knew how to carry the rock. This guy was just running up and down the field. He's a fun watch. And again, that's why I'm picking all these MACtion games. Like, it's fun football. And again, football on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm all in. There'll be plenty of time to get to some NBA, some NHL, but right now my brain's stuck in football mode. I can't get it out. Ohio, though, that was easy money, 37-21, taking down the Northern Miami, aka Miami of Ohio. It was never really in question, that one. So 1 and 2. Lost about a unit there, but hey, we got more MACtion coming up tonight. Another triple header. And, of course, if that isn't exciting, and it is exciting, go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, and next thing you know, you comment on a video, you're automatically entered to win an autographed Kenneth Walker jersey. That guy is, man, I'm just excited to watch that Seahawks team. The more and more I'm looking into it, like, how are you taking the Bucs right now? I'll do a deeper dive when I start my NFL research tomorrow morning. But man, I don't see it for this Bucs team. And again, Tom Brady dealing with all the personal news. I don't know if anyone's involved in the crypto market. You saw there was a big crypto crash. FTX, the one who had the Matt Damon commercials. They're on the MLB umpires. Apparently, there's I'm piecing together like some screenshots of tweets I read. But apparently, Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen went like all in on FTX. So tough times for old TV. I have a feeling he's going to land on his feet. But I do I'm leaning Seattle here in that Germany game coming up. All right, enough messing around. Let's get to the MACtion. Again, it's called MACtion. Like, how can you not be in on this? Kent State at Bowling Green. Bowling Green right now is a 2.5-point home dog. You can get that -105 over on PointsBet. I'm all in on Bowling Green for this game. Kent State is 0-5 on the road. I don't think that changes tonight. Bowling Green has a chance to be bowl eligible. First time in a long time. They're going to need to get this win because their schedule gets a little tougher. This is just like a great opportunity for them. It's also senior night for Bowling Green. Kind of like, hey, we can clinch the bowl eligibility. We can win for senior night. A lot of things going for them. And as a tiny home dog, it just seems like a good situation. And I think Bowling Green's pass offense is going to have a lot of opportunities against Kent State. Bowling Green is his quarterback, Matt McDonald, likes himself a nice little deep shot. I think, I forget the exact advanced metric, but passes over 20 yards. He has a bunch of attempts and some good connections. I think he'll be able to connect. He'll be able to get a couple. And Bowling State has a very good defensive line, top of the MAC there as well. So I think they're going to be able to control the line of scrimmage on the defensive side. Couple deep shots, courtesy of my Irish brother, Matt McDonald. I don't know, maybe he's not Irish, but I like the opportunity here for Bowling Green to get a nice win for senior night and to clinch bowl eligibility. Next up, we got Buffalo at Central Michigan. You know me, I'm a Chips man. I gotta find my Fire Up Chips shirt. It's buried somewhere in my closet. I rock it occasionally. I don't know. I like the program. -20, -120 on the money line. Get that over on DK. The Central Michigan team, they've been bad early on in the season, but they're kind of gelling at the right time, just in time for MACtion. We had them last week. They won outright against Northern Illinois as a dog. They've had a good history against the Buffalo Bulls, 7-3 last 10 against Buffalo. And this is where you kind of got to, as a handicapper, I hate when people, as a handicapper, professional, my models, I'm just keeping it real here. The Buffalo defense has fallen off. So if you look at the season stuff, it looks better. But, if you look at the recent activity of this Buffalo Bulls defense, they've been pretty bad. Just coming off a game where they let up 45 points. I think Central Michigan has the better defense. And Lou Nichols III, Chip's running back, I think he has the potential to have a big game. He's no Carson Steele, but I think he's going to have a decent game against a Buffalo run defense that is struggling a bunch late. So give me the Chips at home, -120 on the money line. Have you guys gotten the over-under going for a sleeper? I mean, what are you waiting for? I'm in a dynasty league over on Sleeper, and it's really awesome how they integrate the over-unders in Sleeper. And if you're in a state like California where sports gambling is not legalized, Sleeper does allow you to play player props. And not only for the NFL and MLB, that's obviously over. Don't know why I said that. NFL, NBA, NHL. They got a little bit of everything. Again, you parlay in some player props, 2x all the way up to 20x, depending how many player props you put in there. All you got to do, fire up that mobile phone, go to sleeper.com/dailyjuice. That's sleeper.com/dailyjuice. 100% deposit bonus. That's right. $1 for $1 match. And you can copy each other's picks. So much like in Discord where people like to tail each other's picks, you can do that with a Sleeper, and it's really easy. It's essentially like a group chat, except it's just all player prop parlays, and you can just hit one button, copy, and you're good to go. I'll toss out a free pick here. I mean, all my picks are free. What am I talking about? Kyle Pitts, under 3.5 receptions for the Thursday night game. He's only gone over 3.5 receptions twice, and he barely did it by having 5 receptions. This Atlanta team just doesn't throw the ball a ton. I don't think, and when they do, Marcus Mariota is like one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league. I'm so glad I traded Kyle Pitts. Now, unfortunately, the tight end I picked up in my league was David Njoku, immediately got injured, even though he had a couple games where he was looking good. Kyle Pitts is it's just not the right fit for the offense. The dude has a ton of talent. It's just not working out right now. So I'm taking the under 3.5 receptions. Division games normally skew under. I know the first Carolina-Atlanta game was a shootout, but I'm thinking this one could be ugly. It is a Thursday night game after all. So under 3.5 receptions for Kyle Pitts. Last but not least of the MACtion picks, Northern Illinois at Western Michigan. Again, normally not a totals guy, but I'm playing a total here. Under 52 over on DraftKings. I mean, by MAC standards, these teams have two pretty bad offenses. I mean, Western Michigan has really fallen off. They went from averaging 220 yards per game last year all the way down to 138 this year. Western Michigan also missing one of their best players, Ladarius Jefferson. I think he was 8th in receiving yards in the MAC. He's been suspended for the entire season. He's completely out. NIU has, overall, they've had some games where they've been putting up some points, but as of late, they've kind of cooled off. You look at their stats, they're decent yards-wise, yards per play even, but they've been kind of cold as far as like converting in the red zone. They've only put up 39 points in the past 2 games, 22 and 17. But even on the other side, Western Michigan, even worse. They've put up 39 in 3 games. So they're averaging Western Michigan 13 points per game. I mean, in the MAC, that is just not good. I don't think either, if I had to guess which offense is going to show up, I think it would be NIU. But I'll be shocked. Now, maybe we get some defensive, some crazy turnovers that leads to some easy scores. That's always the concern. But I think 52 is a bit high here. So a rare under in MACtion, Northern Illinois at Western Michigan. I also like the chips. Fire up chips. Chips on the money line -120 and Bowling Green +2.5, -105 over on PointsBet. That'll do it for the show. BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, Sports Gambling Podcast. Just released our College Football Picks Week 11 podcast. Going to be giving some of those out as we get closer to kick. Hey, you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.